Of course, we are live again, and we will continue with our glove. Let's continue. I will grab my mouse instead of my tablet, and let's see what we'll do here. Let's go to kind of a turn on in front, and F here. This, by the way, I would like to make it a triangle here. Sometimes, if my polygons start to get too narrow, I just make a triangle. And some people will say that triangles are, no, you don't have to do this. The thing is that triangles are a problem where things are moving. For example, in the knuckles could be a problem and in some other areas, but in today's engines, triangles are not as problematic as before. There were problems with triangles back in the days. Nowadays, it's not as big issue. So triangles could be an issue, but could be not an issue. Yeah, I think you basically understood me very well about the triangles. It's I made myself pretty clear, I think. Most of the time we try to avoid them, of course. But sometimes, when they have to be a triangle there, because that's how the universe works, we have to put it. That's inevitable. And sometimes I deliberately make triangles because you will see at some point probably I will make some triangles deliberately because the meshes needs to have triangles at some areas to cover the high poly better. And yeah, now I'm not worried too much about how close my model is to the mesh, to the high poly, I mean, how close the low poly is to the high poly and stuff like this, because I know that at some point I will fix it. And that's why I am always spending at the end a little bit more time before I do the UVs, a little bit time to make sure that everything fits, because it's important. If you want your baking to be good, if you want your normal map to be good, you have to do this step at the end. Yeah, I'm merging this. I will press F here and it happens. Probably here we will have a triangle, which is okay. And then I'll press F in this one and probably F here, F here, F you, F me, F everybody. Okay, I will make a triangle in here, as you probably will see, and also here one and here one. Many people will say, but you can do a square in here. Yeah, but in order to make sure that my square is cut at the right position, for example, like here, I will have to make sure that this is kind of, I'll press J to put an edge in here, because otherwise we could have an issue there with the polygons, and we don't want that. Now for this, for the thumb, I think I will do this. I will select this, Control B, and just do this. And then I will take this G here, and with the polygons, the edges, the vertices, whatever, I will do this. Then here I will merge at last. And also here, I will merge this here. And I think this is better. For the thumb is a little bit thicker than the other fingers. And I would like it to have more polygons to be covered better. Hopefully, you understand what I mean. If you don't, try to retopologize an arm and hand, and you will see what I mean exactly. And then, not just try to retopologize. Try to retopologize and then bake, because that's what I do. Now here, we have an interesting thing. We have to somehow make this work. So I will go, press F here, and here we'll have a huge polygon which I don't want, so I will make it 2 here, and then I will think of how to connect them. Probably from here, and then from here, And then this, I'm not sure I need it to be that, or to have this lip in here. Although, maybe we need this lip, because it will give us a little bit of a, let me see. But since our models, I told you, one of the viewpoints, it will be like this. We'll see it from here. So this lip will not be very visible. So it will be in the normal map. And we have to take the overall, the big forms. That's the important thing. So I will surround this with polygons in here, up, yeah. I will surround probably this, yes, not probably, but of course. And I'm surrounding this. So this lip here, no, I will not. In front, and then I will make just F in here, and let's leave it like this and continue working on this area. Although, let's press E, move it here. Here there will be a triangle, but I have to connect those guys. M at center, then press F for this one, and then G, and then F. Like this. Get the corner vertex and then press F, and everything will be amazing. So the corner vertex F, and the corner vertex F. And of course I show this way of retopology in my course of Blender for absolute beginners. Of course this course is for character artists, so if you want to be a character artist in Blender, I think this course it would be nice if we were link in the description of this video, and you can check it out. It's with a mouse. You can check it out, the promo video of the course, not the course itself. The course itself is paid, but this one, obviously, is not. But if you want to support me, the other one is paid. It's not too much money. Most of the time it's around, if you are using the links in the description of the promo video, and the link to the promo video is in the description of this one, and all the videos from the whole series. So yeah, probably if you use the link, no more than $20 you will pay. It depends on from which site you are taking it. If it's from ArtStation, it will be between $15 and $20. If it's from Udemy, it will be around $13 or something like this. I'm not sure, but not a huge amount of money. For me, it's good because if many people are buying it, I can myself go to the Bahamas, of course. That's why for me it's nice. Okay, now I did this, and I will... I don't know. Do I want to go to the Bahamas? This is not my dream. What I want to go, by the way, is the Philippines. There are amazing islands there. I had never been there. I want to go again to Thailand. It's amazing there. And I want to go to Russia. I don't know. Yeah, many people will say, but why Russia? Russia is... I want to go to Moscow, to St. Petersburg. And also, the thing is that I kind of understand Russian. So in Russia, I will be okay. But these days, it's not a very good idea to go to Russia. So now, if I want to start on the other arm, what I will do is... I will extrude, then extrude again, then rotate it, extrude again. It doesn't matter how you get there. Maybe with one extrude you could do it. You have to kind of make it as a game. How many extrudes it will take me to get to the other hand? Yeah, maybe one extrude will be enough. But those extruded things, of course, I will select the polygons here and press X. Not vertices, press X, not edges, press X and faces. You see? I myself am sometimes not doing it correctly, but it's okay. You have to be wrong sometimes to be right always. I'm not saying that I'm right always, but yeah. And I told you, maybe if you have watched my other videos of this series, I say that I will speak of a lot of things while I'm retopologizing, because retopology, as you can see, is pretty boring. So this is my time to speak about a lot of other stuff. And I love it. Because, you know, when I'm working, I don't always want to speak of the things that I'm doing exactly in the moment I'm doing them. But yeah, let me speak a little bit about the retopology if you want. Yeah, if it's not boring. So I will press E to extrude this. Then I will press F while I'm selecting the edge vertex or the corner vertex, more likely. And then I will press F again for the corner vertex here. And then we will have this. Now for the nail, it will be a little bit more difficult, but we will be able to do it since we have a lot of experience from nails. And the nail is this kind of form. So what I will do, I will go here like this. I will select this and I will make a lot of triangles here, which is okay. Don't worry about it, it's fine. I may do this or just press F in here. And then I will make this as a triangle, probably like J. And this is not a problem to have a lot of triangles because this is the end of the finger and it will not bend, most likely, this particular thing. So if something is completely stiff, like a piece of armor or something, it could be all triangles, doesn't matter. What matters is to bake correctly and to look nice. That's the only thing that matters. Whatever the topology is, it's okay. Now here I'm not sure exactly that this is okay, because as you can see, it's not looking fine. I'm kind of making it with polygons, but it's not looking great. But we'll make it. I mean, it's not a big issue now. When I inflate it and just move few things, it will start to look fine. I'm positive. Because I've done it before. Yeah, I know it sounds silly, but I've done it before. Definitely. So here, you see, the fingers are kind of squarish. And that's okay. All of my characters in the game, and I have more than 15, maybe more than 15, I'm not sure, around 15 probably. I haven't counted them. All their fingers are like this. It's okay. But there's another thing here. This character is kind of thick. The fingers are pretty thick. So maybe, just maybe, we need to make them a little bit more detailed, but we'll see. It will be very much visible when we get there. Now, especially the upper part of the fingers, because mostly you will see this part here. You will rarely see this back part, because he will mostly hold something in his hand and it will cover the inner part. So the outer part is the most important one. Now, I will do another loop in here. I will press K and just do this. And then press Enter. And we have this loop. Amazing loop, by the way. Thank you for this loop. And yeah, so now, what I notice when I'm making fingers, especially middle fingers, I'm making them a lot. No, I'm not. I'm not that kind of guy. I don't like to be beaten in the street, although it will be difficult for somebody to beat me, since I'm almost 100 kilograms and 1 meter and 94 centimeters, something like this. So, and yeah, the biceps. It was bigger when I was training. Now, since the pandemic, I haven't gone to the gym more than once. So, yeah, not too huge of a biceps. But for fighting, all those things doesn't matter that much. For fighting, what matters is your spirit, your fighting spirit. I'm not sure I have huge fighting spirit. I'm a more peaceful guy. That's why I don't show middle fingers all around, you know. Because I don't want any trouble. I feel like I'm okay without trouble. Even if somebody is kind of, you know, I'm mad at someone or something, I don't middle finger them. I don't feel that this is the right way to express yourself with the middle finger. I don't think so. So what I will do now is I will get rid of the in front. I will go to sculpt mode and then I will inflate just to see if I'm on the right path or if I need more polygons, because now this finger is the most important one since I will duplicate it to the other ones. And I will move some things. Yeah, this started to look like it will bake very nicely. Here in this area of the nail could have a little bit more polygons, but we have to restrain of putting too much polygons, as I told you, since after all this is a character that should be below 10,000 triangles. And I most of the time I make my characters below 10,000 triangles, but the last characters we did, me and my colleagues, they are more detailed than the first ones, and we kind of put a little bit more polygons in there, and they became a little bit more higher poly, which is okay. Now this seems to be okay, and it will bake correctly, but it will be seen. Of course, if it doesn't bake correctly and it's because of the low poly and the low poly needs to be fixed, you can always go back, fix it. It's a little bit of a problem because then you have to fix the UV maps and yeah, but you can, basically you can. It's not inevitable, it's not written in stone, you can do some things. Now this, and we have this also green here, what's happening, face sets, everything the same, okay. Yeah, what I did is I go to face sets and face set from visible, and now all of them are the same color because there were certain face sets I sometimes, you know. Now I want this to be separated. I will go to edit mode. I will select this with L and then right click, separate selection. Maybe we can press P, I don't know. Now I will select this only and continue with in edit mode with it. I will press L to select it. Maybe we can press A, but whatever. Shift D and move it into position, but without the snap. Because if we move it with snap, it's smashed. It just will smash. Everything with the whole finger will snap into the top of the other finger, and it will be bad. Obviously, yeah. Now I'll move it into position, and also I'll go to sculpt mode and continue working on that. So in ZBrush, when I do that, because I'm the only artist probably in the world that have remeshed, not remeshed, but manually retopologized his characters in ZBrush for production for a long time. More than an year, I made characters and retopologized them in ZBrush, also made their UVs in ZBrush, and then in Blender I just did some minor tweaks, because in ZBrush when you retopologize sometimes, especially in the beginning, I had some issues with my meshes. But at the end, I was so good that I haven't had any issues at all, almost. So, of course, it took a certain amount of time, a few months. And yeah, you have to be careful with that. Okay, now I will need to connect them at some point, but I will obviously need to also just delete few polygons. This one's faces, delete them, and here how we will connect and where this connection will take place. It will be interesting. Let's go and find out. It will be here, but do I connect this to that, or let me think a little bit. Now this, the top part will be here, this will be here. Let's move this, this will be moved this way. Alt Z, sometimes Alt Z is helping a lot. We will be able to see more clearly the things. Okay, this is this. This is this. Uh-huh. And here we need to... Yeah, okay. I understand how I will do it. I will move this into position and connect it with this one at center. And then I will add F in here. And here we'll have a triangle, by the way, F. So that's how I connected them for now. It looks legit. I'm not completely disappointed by this. So it's fine. Here I will add some connections for shoes. Connections for shoes. This is shoelaces, by the way, but connections for shoes. In my language, it translates exactly like connections for shoes. The literal translation is connections for shoes. And there was certain TV host here in Bulgaria. He was famous for not knowing too much English, and there was a story that he went to some store in some other country with his team, and he said there that he wants connections for shoes, which is shoelaces basically. But yeah, whatever. I don't know what I'm telling you that, but that are just things that happen. So we have to be able to share. Hopefully he will not watch this video, because in Bulgaria it's like we are similar to Ukraine and Russia and in some areas. So we have our TV hosts, some of them, not everyone, but one of them, especially this one, he's the most famous one. He made a political party at some point, and he won the elections. Won elections. But since he couldn't make a government because he didn't have the support of the other parties, there were another election a few months later, and but he won the elections. A guy that people know from the TV. Basically, all of them are that. I mean, we all the politicians we know from the TV, so it's the same. Now I'm moving, but again, I forgot. Oops. Let's see now. G, okay. Shift D and then move. I will try to put it in position. Politicians. I'm now 40 years old, and I'm starting to understand. I will make this shorter. I'm starting to understand, and I'm seeing now, just now, how much those people are lying. I mean, this is amazing. I'm super amazed by the lies. For example, let's take the Russian president now. Putin is the Russian president when I'm recording this video. Hopefully he's not anymore in the near future, but for now it's him. So, what is he doing? He's saying, I will not attack Ukraine. But this is just the Western world is manipulating your opinion. I'm not attacking the Ukraine. No, 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 no. Bam! He attacks the Ukraine. What? But you said that you will not... and after that, if you are a normal person, if you are kind of a normal person, will you believe him anymore? Probably not. But many people believe him. I don't know why. Because, you know, Putin, for me, is not Russia. But Russia has a very interesting way of choosing their dictators. Their presidents. Yeah, this... I don't know. Why are they choosing those people? But they don't have choice. I mean, probably at some point they don't have choice. They have to choose the bad guy. And since he seemed, when they chose him, in the 1999, I think, or 2000, around that period was the first time they chose him. He seemed like a very strong leader that will lead the country out of the depression and everything. And he did, by the way. I think he did at the beginning. And then something else happened. He just took everything. But whatever, it's not a political thing. Why am I speaking like this? I mean, yeah, we have to speak about more nicer things, about dating, about the world itself and stuff like this. While I'm struggling here with this low poly, since I'm struggling now, it's not easy between the fingers, as you can see. But Alt-Z probably will save me. I will go like this, and then let's see how we will kind of do this. I will move this with just the grab brush, just G moving, and I will connect it with, or let me put a polygon between them. It will be nicer for the animators to have a polygon in here. Although it's very tiny polygon, and probably some of you will go, what a waste of polygon, but I think it will be nicer to have it there. This polygon, this waste of space polygon. So now, I think I did it. Hopefully I did it. And then we have to do the pinky and the other, and we continue onward to the arm. So these are the most difficult things, in my opinion, at least. The fingers. If you are able to do the fingers, especially between the fingers, it's problematic and everything. If you do the fingers, then everything else will be like a child's play for you. Let's take this and Shift D, move it here. And of course, around the face, there are certain issues too, but not as big as this. This is just the worst here. Because of the proximity. I mean, when you have meshes that are very close to each other, that's where the problems occur. That's where we have issues. And we will have more issues like this in the chain area, and also here just below this thing, between the arm and this kind of a garment in here. Here we will not have. Here a little bit probably, but not too much. And yeah, most of the things are okay. And inside the mouth is a little bit tricky too, but not too much. And the face is more fun to do. So I will suggest you leave this video, because I will probably start speaking about the war again, which is not good. And just leave this video and go to the next one, which will be about the head, hopefully. Because I will try in this one, however long it will take me, to kind of make the basics of the arms. This hand, I mean, and the other one. The other one is kind of okay already. I'm happy that we have done it. And yeah, since my channel here in YouTube is about the videos which are not sped up, although, yeah, I don't know if you know, but I started the channel with sped up videos. I started the channel with videos which I just sculpt in ZBrush something very quick, something for 2 hours or 1 hour, and then I sped it up and make it as 3 minutes or something. Many people are doing that now, but I started like this. But suddenly, I don't know, maybe it was in Flip Normals, I saw the guys from Flip Normals making a human head and speaking about how to make a human head from Sphere, or they were from, I think they did it from Base Mesh. But it came out pretty bad at the end, which is normal if you don't have practice. If they have practiced before that, and they have made like 30 or 40 heads, their result will be much better. But since the lack of practice, their result was horrible, and I say I can do better. And that's what motivated me to make my first kind of a video with a webcam, with the microphone when I'm speaking, and I'm making a human head from scratch, from zero, from Sphere. It's not from scratch, it's from Sphere, so it's not exactly from scratch technically. But that was my first video. Then I made the second video, which was a whole human body from scratch for 1.5 hours. You can find it in my channel, of course. Maybe most of you have watched it. Then I did a female face from scratch. Then I did a female, not female, but the eyes video about the eyeballs, which I didn't find such a video in all the internet, about the size of the eyeballs, how big they should be when you sculpt. This is pretty important video, I think. And yeah, many people are happy with this video. And yeah, I started to make courses for other people, and that's how I kind of came to this position right now, to be here among you. Press tab, press 1, and just move this back a little bit and see how we will be able to connect those. This will be a difficult decision. I'm just moving without... Okay, let's connect with at last here. And I will connect... No, I will make a triangle in here. F. And then... Yeah. Probably in the beginning you will be kind of frustrated of these things. As you can see, even I am kind of wondering how to do this, how to connect this. It's not the easiest thing, but you have to go through this in order to succeed. That's inevitable. If you want to do characters for games, or even for industry, for other industries, for movies or something, you have to be able to make a low poly, of course. Except if you are extremely good with anatomy, and you are extremely good with this kind of things, but probably you will not watch this video if you are that extremely good with anatomy and character art. Because if you are extremely good with anatomy, for example, let's say you are, they will take you only to do high polys, which is great, by the way. I would like that. But I'm not that good with anatomy, although I have anatomy courses. But I admit that I have more to learn. Although in the courses I teach a lot of things and they are pretty useful. You can find them somewhere in my channel. I didn't put them in the description here because they are not exactly relevant to this particular video. But if some of you want to find them, and if some of you like my accent, some people say that I remind them of Arnold Schwarzenegger accent in the earliest years. Russian. I'm not Russian, by the way. If some of you thinks I'm Russian, I don't mind, even if I was Russian. But if I was Russian, I would be a little bit concerned, because probably soon YouTube will not be exactly present in Russia. Because, you know, a little bit of dictatorship and stuff like this, whatever. Probably, hopefully the Russian special forces will not come to me here and murder me for these words. But, you know, what it is, what it is. It is what it is. It's dictatorship when you cannot protest freely, when you have no free press, when you have no free media in the country. That's when it's dictatorship. Now, I did something stupid because I didn't turn on my the snap. But now I can just select all those vertices that I didn't snap, and I can kind of just move them a little bit and they will snap into the surfaces. And also, I don't need to snap them that bad. Why? You will ask, but why? But Nico, yeah, I'm Nico. But Nico, why don't you want to snap them? Because I will later come, again, I told you, I will surround everything with, not surround, but I will take care of everything with the inflate brush and with the move brush. I will kind of make sure that everything is in the correct position. So you see, now we have hour and a half almost since we started here, and we have barely done the two arms. Well, I told you they are the most difficult ones. Of course, they are not the most time consuming because we have a whole model to retopologize. So yeah, we'll continue with this because I want this series to be absolutely unique, and it will be in YouTube, and it is already, without any speed-ups, to make a character for production with UVs, low poly, and even a little bit substance painter we will include. So yeah, it's not good for my, how to say, viewership of any given clip, because you know the first clip was doing very good with the views. Yeah, I have to be careful here. I have to watch from another position. Yeah, you have to be able to rotate your camera from the right position in order to retopologize those. So the first clip was doing good. The second clip was doing a little bit worse. The third clip was doing a little bit worse. And nowadays, I'm not sure exactly this clip because this is 20 something and I have uploaded up to this point the 7th one just today. Yeah, in the moment of recording. So I'm not sure exactly how they will be, but I guess they will not be as good. But nonetheless, I think this will be a very useful series, and it is already. And especially with the low poly now making, and little tips that I give you about dictatorship, about freedom of press and stuff, you will be able to do your own character. There are even people who are making this particular character as I do it with me, which is great because that's how you learn. You have to just do the things yourself in order to learn them, because most of you, I'm sure, will just watch this video and just say, okay, this is done by, okay, nice, and if you don't practice this as quickly as possible, I mean now, you will forget it. Most of the things that I've told you here, you will forget. Maybe you will not forget about Putin and about the dictatorship that he made, but about the program, about Blender, you probably will forget them, and that's a problem. That's why those people who are working with me in my courses, they kind of get the most of it. And if they continue working, they become good artists. In the ideal case. In the ideal scenario. Of course, to become a good artist, it takes years of practice, experience, and working and experience in practice. And practice. And I may say practice a few more times and it will not be enough. Because practice is the key. When somebody was telling me that when I was young, for example, I was like 20 years old and people say, if you want to learn this, how to do it properly, you have to practice a lot. I said, me? I'm a pretty fast learner, and I basically am. But without practice, you cannot do it. For me, since I'm a pretty fast learner, I need to practice it a little bit, and then I kind of know it. But as much as the more I practice, the better I become in whatever. I mean, for example, I'm not very good at making human hair in Blender. Just basically hair in Blender. It's not my thing, I don't do it. But if I start and I do a few projects, I will become pretty good at making hair in Blender, and I will be able to make a course about it. But I just don't take this kind of projects. When they ask me, for example, in ArtStation, people contacted me and say, are you available for freelance? And I say, it depends. Because you see, I make some money from working in Gameloft, where I'm working now. This character is for Gameloft, basically. I make some money with my courses, so I kind of don't need to do a freelance that much. But sometimes, if it's interesting, if it's some kind of a stylized character like this one, I like this type of characters, interesting ones for me. I say yes, and then I do it. But I don't say yes if it's a realistic character. It will take too much time and it will not be fun for me anymore. And I like, if I will kind of take a character or something, I like to have fun. This was not the case, and I didn't have that opportunity when I was young because I was not having this kind of portfolio. Now I have a portfolio which allows me to be more picky. And I know people that have much more messages in their inbox than me every day. And they basically start to not answer most of them because, you know, they are that good. They have a name in the industry already. We have to be careful, by the way, I did some stupid thing. I selected 3 edges and I bridged them, and it was like, so careful. So yeah, in the ArtStation, if you want to be famous, not famous, but if you want to have a portfolio that works, you have to first make a portfolio that it's good. I've seen people in ArtStation that have pretty good stuff, but they don't have many followers there, or subscribers, or whatever, followers. They don't have. Why? You will ask, but why, Nico? Why don't they have? I will tell you why. Because they don't promote themselves enough, and most of the time they don't do as many things. For example, if you start your journey as a character artist or something, you will first do some courses. I don't advise you to put them in ArtStation that much, but make an ArtStation. So it's, you have it, you have your ArtStation. You may not upload anything yet, but have it. Then you do some courses, become better, and then you start doing nice concepts. Making nice concepts in 3D is, for me, is the most important thing. If you can do it, of course you can do it, but the nice concept will make a nice 3D. The bad concept will make a bad 3D, and that's a fact. So we have to kind of consider that. I will connect those, hopefully. No. Okay, M at center. Here I will have a triangle probably, and another kind of polygon in here, and triangle in here. I don't mind. I mean, sometimes I'm just kind of like this. So make few nice concepts. Just select the nice concept from ArtStation. Take your time. Make it. The most difficult thing is to take your time. And before you upload it to ArtStation at some point, when you think you're ready, think this very carefully. Think, is your concept, not your concept, is your model good enough? Is your model representing your skills enough? Can you do it a little bit better? Can it be better? Just watch it for a second, rotate it a little bit, maybe go out for a drink or for coffee, then come back and watch it and say, is it good enough to show it to the public? Is it gonna present me in the best possible way? If the answer is no, work more on the same thing. I have done that, by the way. And it works out pretty nicely for me. Because if you... I've reached to the point that I work on the model and I say, oh, enough, I don't want to work on that model anymore. It's annoying. But then I watch the model and I say, if I work like 5 more hours, just 1 more day, if I work on this, it will be much better. It will be much more presentable. It will be much more likable. And likable equals more jobs opportunities. Because if you upload something, and of course when you upload it, you have to go to social media in Facebook groups and just kind of present it, because people will not be able to see it if they don't see it, you know, and they will not be able to like it. But go to some groups, for character modeling or for Blender or for whatever, or for ZBrush if you're working with ZBrush, and just post it there and give a link to your ArtStation, and they will probably, some people will go like the thing and you will get some likes, which is okay. After you get a lot of likes at some point, if you're good enough, you will get a lot of likes, and then you will start getting more followers, and those followers will equal to more people watching your stuff. This will equal to job opportunities at some point. Of course, the best will be if you find yourself a nice job in the industry, but yeah. Here, by the way, I have to surround this with polygons because they are too close to each other, so oops. Yeah, Control Z a couple of times because I've made a little bit of a mess. But let's do this, and I will work for 5 more minutes, and then I will finish this video, and we will continue probably in the next video with the head. Because here we have a few more things to do. But most of the work, I mean the worst thing, the fingers are done. At least I think so. Of course, I told you I will have to go back and see if they are okay at some point, but for now, I think they're okay. And at some areas, which I don't have too much detail, I can make a big kind of polygons. Pretty huge. In some areas where I have detail, I have to make polygons smaller. It's the same as with the face, as I told you. In the face, the polygons are pretty small, because we have a lot of details. We will have a lot of polygons on the surface, on the same surface as the other parts. For example, on the belly, we will not have too much polygons, although, since it's round, we have to kind of make the roundness. So yeah, but for the belt here, in this area, you don't need. You need one big polygon here. One here, one in here, so very big polygons. At some areas we'll make super huge polygons, and that will save us a lot of polygons, a lot of poly count. But in the hands, with the fingers, and in the face, most of the time we cannot save too much. Of course, if we are like me, I'm pretty saving person. I always have something in the bank just in case, some money. I always have had this kind of things. Well, I will Control Z a couple of times because I think I did a problematic thing, but yeah, we'll see. Then press E, extrude here. This is a little bit, I don't know, I will go here and just move this down a little bit so it's more straight. Yeah, that's also a good thing when you're making a low poly and the high poly in the same program, that you can always, that's why, by the way, that's one of the reasons that I did low polys in ZBrush, because I could always go back to my mesh and fix it. And that's pretty nice. Go back to the high poly, I mean, and fix it. Or just do some things on the high poly. Not fix it, but just, yeah, fix it basically, because most of the time it's fixing it. Now here, I'm kind of making this with polygons, surrounding this with polygons as much as I can and as little as I can, because, you know, it has to have a curve. It has to not look as just like sixagon or hexagon or whatever. It has to have more polygons, and that's what I'm doing here. And when I surrounded it and I have kind of finished this problem, I can go and work on the other problems by connecting those areas. And it's absolutely fine. I'm pretty happy with the result here. By the way, here we will... Oops, no. Here we will have a triangle, But let this not concern you too much. This will be a triangle in here, which is absolutely okay because this area is not very visible. It will not be a problem. Okay, with F, I just finished this. And I think this will be it for this video. Let's see in front if we remove it. Yeah, we have to inflate a lot here, but most of the work is done. How many polygons we have? We have 550 triangles only on this, and this one is it's 1,000 and something triangles, both hands, just the hands, not the whole arms, which is not very little. I mean, it's a lot, but yeah, we'll make this character with the weapon. The weapon will take kind of time to retopologize also, but we will do it because we are the best. Now, see you in the next video where we will start probably the head. But Control-Alt-S to save, plus to save 24 and save us. And we are done.